This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Hey, hello everyone. Gonna start this space in 2 minutes. Hey, hello Nicolas. How are you? Why can I? Can people hear me? Yeah, put it on. Why invite to speak? Let me see. Hey, oh, nice. Nice to have the Kira people here. Big fan. Nicolas, I think I just sent you the to speak. Please confirm. Okay, we're having a little bit of difficulties here. Nicholas, can you test this X for Drive? Can you try to speak?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Hey, thank
Good,
you very much for
wonderful.
joining me. How's everything on your end?
Good. Everything's quite busy on our side, but other than that, I guess everything's going well.
All right, so give me 1 second. Just moving spots. All right, because I'm having this conversation from the office. So, okay, thank you everyone. Welcome back to another Brick by Brick Space with Brickken, where we invite fellow founders, builders, everything that is RWA related. As Brickken is a plug and play tokenization platform whose objective is to provide companies with a plug and play solution for the tokenization of financial instruments, equity, and debt. And I have the pleasure here to offer half to Nicolas from InitVerse to introduce himself. And let's begin this journey. Thank you very much for joining us, Nicolas. How are you, man?
Yes, hello, thank you guys for inviting me. I'm doing great. So I've been in the space since 2018, and I have worked with many different kinds of projects from blockchain to developer tools to leisure games, AAA games, and etc. You name it. And now I'm here as the COO of InitVerse. And what we do basically, also to give an overview of what InitVerse does, is that we're trying to build a software as a service platform with its core being a decentralized application builders that basically helps to facilitate development and deployment with just a few clicks. So we previously also developed a proof of resource based blockchain and also our own decentralized cloud computing service in which now they would serve as integrated infrastructures to provide better service to this software as a service platform.
All right, so let me recapture that because I found it very interesting. You're actually creating a SaaS platform for the development of technology.
Yes, right. For the development of decentralized applications.
Yeah, okay,
So
yes, of course.
Right. Because we see that right now, we see that there are a lot of different kinds of developers who are trying to build their own applications, right? While they do so, we see that there are many modules that we see that there are a lot of developers that are developing, like nearly all the same, such as, for example, wallet integrations, doing, for example, some swap functions, staking, restaking, right? Issuing, for example, badges, soulbound tokens, and etc. And all of these functions shouldn't be bothering developers too much, right? Because I think for the project, they would even focus more on developing their own core functions and making them better and more unique. So I guess this is one of the ways that InitVerse comes into hand. So we have this very intuitive interface in which basically developers can just, or even general users can just drag different kinds of modules onto the sheet and just formulate their own decentralized applications.
Oh wow, that sounds very amazing. But obviously, what the easy question would be, what led you to this journey? Because you probably saw like the pain of development, but still on the SaaS software as a service. I have not encountered that in the space, which I find super interesting. Usually, it's kind of like one-off stuff. Yeah, we're gonna create this for you, and our budget is this one, and you're modeling it as a SaaS. I'm sorry for this question because I am a SaaS fanatic, enthusiast. I've been in the SaaS
Right.
space for a long time, and I haven't not heard about kind of like development itself. So I would like to listen how you ended up with this kind of like business modeling and approach.
Right. So there are actually a lot of different aspects to it. The first one that actually comes into my mind is that the project itself actually started off as a blockchain project, right? And it's cooperated very well together with the decentralized cloud computing services, making them even more decentralized and also with blockchain as an assistance. However, as we move forward, we can always see that there is a point in which we will need to do ecosystem expansion, right? In which we involve many different kinds of developers, help them succeed, right? Prove how good the underlying technology is, ecosystem support, and etc. I guess this is one of the aspects where this platform or this decentralized application builder comes in hand, right? By lowering down these kinds of thresholds, making it easy and intuitive, it automatically helps developers to join this kind of an ecosystem and provide them with value, not only in terms of ecosystem support, but providing them value also in terms of realizing their own concepts and dreams.
Amazing. All right, very interesting. So you said you were in the space since 2018. What? Let's go a little bit on the side journey of InitVerse. From that starting point, almost what is it, 7 years ago to now? The evolution of that development. What are you seeing, and what are your considerations of the current
Right, right,
state?
right. Right. So we've seen a lot of things happen actually. Previously, I worked more in the gaming sector. So I saw CryptoKitties right at the beginning, and GameFi hype that created all of these conjunction issues to Ethereum. All of the blockchain starting to scale. Basically, we are starting to have more and more tracks within the blockchain sectors. A lot of different kinds of projects, entrepreneurs, more and more users. So I guess, yeah, it's always very exciting to see how fast the industry develops, right? Until now,
Yeah,
we're actually expecting for the next bull run, right? So I'm also very excited to see like what kind of a Lego will be composed together in order to create potentially the next hype.
absolutely. I was hoping you will end up saying an RWA kicking ass because then I will take the win. But it was a joke. All right. So Nicholas, the from all the different rails, yes, we went through a lot of GameFi in 2021. Now get a little bit, let's say, yes, serious. With the ETS of the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the big funds jumping in, what do you see now for the next kind of like arts of development? Is it finance instruments in chain? Is it more like building dApps towards the fintech sector? What? How do you see it?
Mm. Currently, actually, what I see is that there is a lot of development, right, in terms of blockchain technology itself, and it is already continuing, right? So, for example, back in 2018 or 2019, where people wanted to build complex applications, basically, it was very difficult to find the most suitable underlying infrastructure. While now, when we look at it, not only in terms of blockchain infrastructure itself, middleware in terms of development is also becoming much more mature, right? In terms of adoption as well, we have seen wide adoption in terms of cryptocurrencies around the world. In the recent months, we have the BTC ETF passing, ETH ETF passing, and etc. So with all of these progress, I guess one thing that I see that a lot of people are waiting for is for a hits app to basically come into being. So I guess this is also another thing that we are trying to focus on, right? To see if with this kind of a model that basically helps to generate value to the developers, making development easy, trying to utilize a bunch of things that are currently already in the market, if this could help to further lower down the threshold, get rid a little bit of the so-called blockchain knowledge monopoly, and help the industry grow even more.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully that happens like that because it is true. I like the monopoly of the blockchain knowledge. I like that phrase. So, I
Right.
mean, if we're talking about adoption and we're talking about growth, why don't we go into one of the, for me, the biggest pains, user experience. Obviously, doing the tooling and everything. How do you see it happening? Is there an evolution from a development? Are we still stuck on the endless wallet signatures that only Web3 people understand? What are your perceptions here?
I'm seeing that now actually we have, for example, in terms of entry threshold, right? Now there are already a lot of tools that start to make this much easier, right? For example, we have social logins for non-custodial wallets that are somehow also starting to be more popular. And together with other AA wallets beside externally owned accounts, that are also helping users a lot. Recently, I also see that there is a hype in blockchain abstraction, AI integration, all of these, I guess, try to lower down the threshold even more for users to enter the blockchain space.
Amazing. So let's talk a little bit about your project, InitVerse. Um, what are your recent developments and milestones as to how you are tackling the tooling space under SaaS?
Right. So something that I also mentioned a little bit, but I'll expand more on. So previously, what we focused on is building a strong infrastructure, right, from the blockchain side, and also for the decentralized cloud computing side. So these two products, InitChain and InitCloud, are actually already both in beta testing. So we have community users already able to test out all the functionalities and also some of the projects and tools that are already deployed onto the blockchain. And on top of that, right now we are focusing on the development on the software as a service platform. And it is going to look a little bit similar to a Web3 version of WordPress or Wix, in which it's going to simplify things a lot. And currently, with the two products that are in beta, we already have more than 120 unique active wallets. And we also are allowing users to experience more our current projects that are on the blockchain. And we also have 15,000 smart contracts deployed while the users experience different tools on our ecosystem.
Amazing. So, just to bring us, so we can talk a little bit about business modeling, which is something interesting because Brickken itself is pivoting onto a full SaaS as we speak. Actually, we're going to deploy our new pricing model, a three-tier system in September. So I
Right.
have not found a lot of SaaS modeling in the Web3. It's usually one-offs or transactions or volume-based kind of like interactions, but not a pure SaaS.
Right.
What are you encountering as pains, and what are you encountering as gains of you involving a SaaS modeling for a Web3 company?
Mm, mm, mm. So I guess this is a track, as you have said, that is not something that is quite common, right? So these kinds of services, generally speaking, either are provided, for example, to developers in terms of APIs, or they are like complete services in terms of integration or development that are more provided to enterprises. So I guess this innovation itself definitely makes a lot of people interested in this kind of a project. So I guess within the blockchain space itself, as one of the beginners who first focused more on this, it definitely is one of the gains. So, however, at the current phase, for user acquisition and etc., we aren't following exactly the business model of a SaaS itself. So we're also trying to think of basically how to compose the ecosystem and make it grow much better, and also makes the whole process more seamless, right? Because we have a blockchain that comes into place. So currently, with all the developments that is going to be conducted with our tool, we have all the smart contract related or back-end related things that are going to be directly deployed onto the blockchain. And then we have the front end and also all the complex computations that will be deployed on the decentralized cloud computing services. So this kind of a new attempt is also quite interesting. So I guess the pains basically are to find out all of these new ways to integrate blockchain with, and also to explore and educate the market into this kind of a new thrill, and basically showcase how valuable this kind of a product could be, and eventually even disrupt some kinds of businesses.
Amazing. What is the current feedback when you approach potential or already client and saying, hey, our business model is a recurring fee of X amount, and we automatically charge you every month? Is it like, is it a welcoming thought, or is it like, oh, what are you talking about?
Sorry, can you explain the question again?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So
I
the
had
thing
some
is,
glitch with the network.
no, don't worry. It's also that I apparently have a bad microphone right now, so sorry about that as well. The thing is, so when you approach your potential clients or already clients and you push them
Right.
for a SaaS model, is it a welcoming, or is it, or you still finding some barriers because they're not used to or not expecting to collaborate with you under a SaaS?
Currently, what I see is that everyone is quite excited, actually. So we are, for example, in terms of the customer side, we are talking with some startups initially, because we are aiming to have our invite-only test to happen around September to October. So what we're planning is to involve some innovative companies and some entrepreneurs to test out the product, basically, and provide us with feedback on how much value it is bringing, how much it is more efficient, how easy it is, how much value it generates, basically a all-round research of how it changes their businesses themselves. And we see that many startup companies are very enthusiastic in participating in such an attempt into testing our products. On the other end, we also see that in the blockchain space, there are already a lot of different kinds of tools, right? As I previously mentioned, that are API based or etc., that helps to lower down developers' threshold to an extent, right? And also some tools, basically. So these projects also have this urge, right, to promote themselves a lot, and etc. So they are also very happy to collaborate with us and explore possibilities to integrate with our platform, so that their services could also be presented to users through this kind of a platform and make it even more intuitive.
Amazing. Well, congrats on that. The positive, you can feel the positive. So, yeah, I mean, just as a feedback on or the experience here in Brickken with the SaaS, it's also welcoming thought. Although most of our clients also are from Web2, when we were doing a certain more of Web3 business modeling, it was
Right.
complicated for them because again, in the end, SaaS is what we're used to: our Netflix, our Spotify, our day-to-day use
Right.
case. So, but in the Web3,
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
I find it very weird why we always go for like complex technologies. They already are complex user experience. It already is complex
Right.
business modeling. It's like let's just make it simple. We want to get
Right. Right. Right.
adoption, not just like reticence. So I'm happy to very much hear that. I'm finding more and more. Yes, I mean still very few SaaS, because even when I was trying to get the SaaS on Brick, I was like, I'm gonna check what is the space about. When I was
Mm,
asking around, and there was not a lot of feedback of saying, oh, this company is doing a great SaaS modeling for whatever.
right.
So I was like, that's good. I'll just go and review some Web2. I come from there, and then I started doing
Mm,
what the simple thing is, kind of like, okay, functionalities capped, users
right.
capped, and that's it. So I'm happy to hear a fellow builder going for what is not like the simplest way, right?
Right, right,
So
definitely. So yeah, because actually looking at like Web2 and Web3, right? There are a lot of things that are like in cycles, for example. For example, with games itself, initially we see, for example, at the beginning, when I was a child, we had like GBA and etc. Right? These pixel-focused games, and then we have game developers that try to basically increase hardware performance and etc. Right? Keeping the cost down, and then expanding more and more. And then they also try to explore a lot on their own business incomes, solved problems on ramp, right? Basically top ups and etc. So this is something that also is happening within the blockchain space itself, right? So before, also in Web2, we had a lot of different complex tools, right, with no easy generations. And then now we see that there are a lot of SaaS platforms basically over there that help with aspired entrepreneurs to give them this way to start their businesses in a super easy manner. So I guess this potentially is also going to be a very big trend within the blockchain space.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, I'm very hopeful it is like that, and we do find some more seriousness in the space. Seriousness, I mean more like a real use case, not like super complicated that I don't even know what they're
Right,
selling. Because it just got
right.
a little bit too. I mean, probably the idea was insanely good, but the marketing that goes. Let's talk a little bit of marketing because obviously we like to generate our clients. How do you like to market yourself? Are you really using all that blockchain tooling because it is obviously your core? Are you trying to mix a little bit of Web2 languages? How are you approaching the space nowadays?
Um, Sorry, can you repeat the question again? Still
Yeah,
the
sorry. So
network issue.
no, no, sorry, mate. Yeah. So how you for gathering clients? What type of marketing are you using? Are you targeting a lot of Web3 smart contracts, or are you trying to go on a different way? How you like to generate your clients? If obviously we can know.
How to acquire clients, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So at the current stage, actually we just completed our rebranding. So now what we're trying to do is educate users more on what our new strategy is going to be, right? So for me, I guess this is going to be two types of attempts. The one is like more campaign oriented. So for example, we are also collaborating with a lot of task platforms so that we can have users more incentivized into kicking off into this process of participating within our ecosystem and test out all the things that we currently have. And we also have our own actually task platform for on-chain related tasks or more in-depth tasks. So that I guess that also becomes like I don't know, an incentivized tutorial, something like that, where it brings users to a deeper understanding of it. And they can always see how this ecosystem of tools change and optimize and become better every day, right? The next one, I guess, is more based on educational materials, right? So what we're trying to do is to make it as diverse as possible, from, I don't know, from text to voice, for example, this introduction section that we're having here today, to video materials, graphics, infographics, and etc., providing as much as we can. I guess this is the initial step that we are taking, not to mention many of the more other kinds of marketing promotions that we are going to conduct later.
All right. So we have another coincidence. I'm also going through a rebranding phase, but I have not executed it. It goes with the SaaS. So I guess we're in the maturity. So tell me about your journey with rebranding because here it's been a great suffering. It's just been a little bit complicated. So trying to update and see what is the approach. So I
Right.
would like to share your journey here.
Right, in terms of rebranding, right? So
Yeah.
I guess it is always very exciting to do some sort of rebranding. There are a lot of projects that previously already done it in the space, right? Polygon, if I remember correctly, previously had another name. We have, for example, task platforms such as Zili that previously was Crew3.
Yeah.
A lot of projects actually do this. So I guess there is always a phase where different kinds of businesses need to, or projects need to test out the market, right? And then with users' feedback at this specific moment, sometimes there are better ways in order to proceed things, right? So many projects also use other methods, not necessarily rebranding, but I guess something in common is that we always try to build on top of what we currently have and always try to expand and generate as much value to the users as possible in the most effective way. So whenever I see, I don't know, ecosystem expansion or project functionality or tools expansions, or when I see rebrandings and etc., I'm always very excited. And I always see that users are excited about it a lot as well.
You went for a full like name as well, or just kind of like the message, logo, the website, or like how did you change names as well, or just the approach
Right.
or the rebrand?
Yeah, we actually changed the name, and our blockchain solution basically now has the name of InitVerse after the branding, and we have the blockchain as InitChain and InitCloud. And we changed our website, in which was just published today.
Oh,
And
wow.
we released our Gitbook last week and did the rebranding last week and the week before that as well. So we're trying to leak different kinds of materials as they get ready, step by step to the users, so that everyone has the time to absorb all of the information, right, and understand it to the deepest level possible.
Yeah, nice. That's a not a risky move. I would say that's a courageous move because changing the name, we even thought about it internally. Kind of like there was some, hey, maybe it's a time we do the 2Ks off. Because obviously, when you
Right.
start a project, you're like, oh, I have the good name. And then we forgot that 2Ks in our name is a huge pain because a lot of people don't know how to write it. And it's like, okay, let's make it simple. But
Right.
here we decided to not go so to that step, and we're gonna go through stages. And once we get more research in and an approach, maybe we're gonna change Brickken, and who knows, maybe it's gonna be some weird name or just along the lines. But yeah, I mean it's an interesting fact. Cool,
Right.
amazing,
Going
Nicholas.
going through stages
Go on.
definitely, I think, is a very smart move to go to, right? Giving users the time that is needed to get adapted to how things are changing, and always giving, I guess, projects a chance to also hear feedback from the community and adjust these stages as well. So I guess it's going to be a very fun process, right?
Well, I'm hoping because if not, I'll get very mad at marketing. I'm kidding. All right, dude, amazing. Thanks for a lot of the information. I mean, it's not so much development because here I like to get more into the source of things. So thanks for all the amazing answers you have provided. It's time for us to give answer to some of the questions that your community has provided for us, for you. So, you want to
Okay.
go to, let's go to that community questions. Let's see. Oh, wow. Some of the questions they provided, it's a little bit too big. So let me summarize a bit. Uh, okay. So we talked about it, but let's see if we can do some rephrasing here. How does InitVerse integrate with existing Web3 infrastructures and protocols? And what advantage does it bring to developers?
Right. So, first of all, I guess we have our own blockchain, right? That is fully integrated with the software as a service platform itself, right? So, every smart contract or application or back end related things is going to be deployed based on the blockchain itself. And the blockchain is Ethereum virtual machine compatible. So this, first of all, makes migrations possible. Then, and with our platform, as it starts to get more mature, we also will open up cross-chain functionalities so that users can not only choose to migrate their applications to other ecosystems, but also add more cross-chain functionalities to it. And I guess this itself brings a lot of advantages to developers where they can utilize our platform to lower down development costs, lower down the time, making everything easier, and etc.
Amazing. Let's go to the next one. Given the competitive landscape of decentralized.
Hello?
Nicholas? Oh, I thought I lost you.
Hey, hello.
Oh, all right, let me repeat the question. Given the competitive landscape of decentralized cloud computing, how does InitVerse plan to differentiate itself?
Okay, so in terms of our product that is like highly integrated with the cloud, decentralized cloud computing platform, right? So we have this proof of resource based blockchain that basically with its validators, it is going to collaborate with the decentralized cloud computing service. So the validators, while conducting their checks, they would ask to send corresponding data to the service or the storage or the hardware that is provided in order to test out the stability of the hardware itself and also to test out the current quality of the service that is provided. And the network itself through the Kubernetes cluster is also going to help to flexibly allocate all of the different cloud resources to make all of the resources more highly usable and smarter and etc. So I guess our advantage and how we differentiate ourselves is more through the seamless integration of different components that we have and providing developers with a one-stop solution that makes everything even more intuitive and simple.
Great. Right. Let's go to the third one. What is the goal of the project ecosystem and what initiatives will it showcase?
Okay.
Maybe that was a wrong. Maybe that was a
So
wrong question. We could.
no, that's I'm thinking how to answer this, right? So I guess in terms of initiatives, in terms of project ecosystem, right? So now we're also trying to do some ecosystem expansion. For example, we are onboarding some tools that are super essential for any kind of decentralized application development. For example, multi-chain wallets, right? Decentralized exchanges, and etc. So this is the first step that we are taking. And I guess later on, what we're trying to do is to utilize our own platform to expand, I guess, in two dimensions. First of all, is to scale the number of decentralized applications that we're going to have onto our network, right? By finding more clients that are going to use this. Second of all, is to better assist them into helping them succeed within the ecosystem itself. And the third would be to allow or at least attract more tools and etc. to collaborate with us so that we can provide more comprehensive functionalities and services to different kinds of developers. So I guess the goal would be to have a vast ecosystem of products and help aspiring entrepreneurs to succeed in the blockchain space.
Great. Okay, next one. What with InitVerse simplifying DApp development and deployment, what specific features or tools does the platform offer to support the scalability and interoperability of these applications? Oh wow, sorry mate. Some of the questions are gonna sound like it's like let's simplify because this is kind of like a whole like Lord of the Rings book. So I guess in the end is okay, you guys do
Right.
development deployment. What specific features and tools allows for others to be able to scale and interoperability of them
Right,
in
right, right.
Web3? So
Mm. So I guess I will answer this from another perspective, right? So
thanks.
our platform not only provides a lot of modular functions, right? In terms of different kinds of plugins, components, smart contracts, and etc., or our very easy deployment. But I guess on another scale, it is that we also don't want to interfere too much with potentially some of the tools that developers are already using. So within our platform, we also allow for integration of other solutions through APIs so that their applications or the services that some of the developers are already used to using, they can directly add to the applications that they are developing onto our platform. So I guess this also helps to improve the applications and the development efficiency, making everything even more simple for the developers. Am I cut off?
I think I'm no, I can hear
Okay.
you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So let's go for the final question. How does
Hmm.
InitVerse envision the future of DApp development and its role in shaping the future of finance and other industries?
Mm. Right. So um, this kind of a platform definitely is starting within the Web3 space, right? So we have our specialties here, and we also have our team that previously was some of the teammates. They were actually software within blockchain service development companies, and we also found out that it's this need, right? Because there is always repetitive service in helping the development and etc. So, however, with this kind of a platform, we also see that after its Web3 functionalities is going to become more and more mature, and with these kinds of like complex tools, I guess the user experience is also very important, right? As it also becomes more intuitive, we're also thinking of potentially expanding to other industries, right? Providing them with these kinds of tools and helping them to utilize blockchain related underlying structure supports so that they can also utilize all of the wonderful aspects that blockchains can offer, from immutability to transparency, um, and everything else. So yeah, I guess that is definitely within our plan, but then just in a longer run.
Well, and then I can only wish you the best because that was a great vision of what's to come from your end. So, Nicholas, we
Thank you very
reached the
much.
end of the I was say of the agreement. I'm already signing a partnership with you without you even knowing. So we were at the end of the
Definitely.
space, end of space. Thank you very much. I think it was a very fresh approach to some of the conversations I have been having. I think this is the first space where we're talking about SaaS, or I'm even hearing it about SaaS. So for me, I got to be super excited to continue my journey till September. Uh, I can only wish you the best. So for let's see what's the final question on my end before we do a closing. And obviously, please drop all your links that you want people to check it out. And obviously, check out the new website that Nicolas said went live today. So he's probably super
Right.
excited for you all to see it. Uh,
Thank
InitVerse
you.
today, InitVerse tomorrow. What's to come? What would you like to your vision and wish? InitVerse becoming the number one SaaS platform for deployment and development of that. Is that it? Or you want something else? What is your wish of the InitVerse tomorrow?
Yeah, my wish definitely, if we can become the number one software as a service platform for development and deployment, I guess that is going to be amazing and wonderful. And yeah, if we can keep doing so later on in the future for a long time, that would be even better.
Amazing. So, Nicholas, time to drop your links and what you want all of these listeners, or where can they find more information and follow you, team?
Yeah, please follow us on Twitter and check out all of the new information that we have just released. If you guys want, you guys can also follow me, and I'll be also sending out some tweets that are regarding InitVerse developments and etc. And I would like to thank again a lot to Brickken for asking me to attend this Twitter Space event with you guys. And I really look forward to a partnership with you guys as well.
Definitely. Thank you very much, everyone. This has been a brick by brick episode with Enivers and Nicolas CEO. That was very nice to listen to the fresh new blockchain, and maybe blockchain itself and the space is changing, right? Let's make things simple, and it is with journeys like this one that actually we can make mass adoption happen. Thank you very much, everyone, and wish you all a great week. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.